Today for lunch we've decided to make a wonderful hamburger and cabbage soup, and alongside that we're going to do some roasted garlic and a French baguette. Now all this is about 44 carbohydrates. That includes a nice sized French baguette, and that also includes 2 cups of soup, so it's actually quite a bit of food. What we've done, we've taken our oven and we're preheating it to 400 degrees. We're going to take our garlic clove, and we're going to leave this part alone. We're going to take our knife here and we're going to cut off the top fourth. That way you can see all the little edges. And this other garlic you can save, and you can mince that up later for whatever project that you might have. We love the smell of garlic there. Set those out to the side. We're going to take just a little bit of olive oil, using an extra virgin, and we're going to put that on top and kind of rub it in. And a nice little rub in. Olive oil. Try to get those little pieces of skin from the outside gone. We're going to take just a tad bit of salt. We're going to add a pinch of salt to both of those, and we're going to add just a little pinch of pepper as well. Yes, I drop everything. We're going to take a piece of aluminum foil, place our garlic clove in it, wrap it up, and we're going to stick this in the oven for 40 to 45 minutes. We want to make sure that the top of it is nice and soft. Okay, well what we're going to do now is we got some hamburger here. We're going to stick it in a pan over here to the side, and we're going to brown that hamburger. Alright, we want that nice and brown, and while that's browning, we're going to go ahead and start chopping our vegetables. Alright, I want to go ahead and take my pot here, and I'm going to go ahead in that, I'm going to put a tablespoon of olive oil. Just going to kind of squish that around a little bit so it goes everywhere. I'm going to make this easier for me. We're going to take 1 onion, and we're going to dice it up. I'm hoping it's not very strong. You know how onions can be. Sometimes they're just absolutely horrible for the eyes. We're going to dice this up, stick it in our pot. What we're going to do is we're going to take our onions, carrots, and our celery, and we're going to go ahead and put those in, and we're going to try to soften those just a little bit. You see online all these people who have these different remedies of what they can do in order to keep their eyes from watering. I guess I'm just too lazy to do that. Alright, gotta stick that in there. And now I'm going to grab, and we're going to cut up 2 cups of carrots. We've got the baby carrots here. We're just going to slice those up. So we actually got a lot of things going on at once. We've got our hamburger browning over here to the side. We've got our garlic in the oven. For our French baguette that we're going to use today, we went ahead and went to the store and got those. Of course, you can use any bread that you want. We're just telling you what we're using so that way we can have accurate carbohydrate totals. Our goal every day is to do our 45 to 60 carbohydrates 3 meals a day, and then to have a couple of snacks at 15 grams of carbohydrates. I think Mom's going to wash that for us over off to the second while I'm doing this. We're going to take that. Got our 2 cups of carrots. We're going to add that to our bowl there. Mom was washing the celery. We almost need another camera so we can show you actually everything we're doing. We're doing quite a bit of stuff all at once. Alright, make sure our celery's nice and clean. Again, we're going to just cut that right down the edges there. Give them a nice little chop. As this is almost like a hamburger and vegetable soup, so I don't mind if some of the pieces are a little bit larger than the others. Quick chop. I'm feeling pretty lucky. Our dog over there is sitting on the couch being good. Normally she's over here trying to include herself in the festivities in the kitchen. We're trying something a little bit different here. We're trying to show you everything pretty much from start to finish. We'll take a break here and there, but gives you an idea of how long it takes to get everything together.
You can save these and put them in chicken stock, or you can also do a broccoli rabe salad.
Yeah, Mom could do the salad. I don't know if I'm much of a salad person, unless it's got all that fun stuff in them. Alright. This looks like it's going to end up celery. Take this celery, we're going to stick it. We're just go ahead and throw that in the pot because we're done with all that. Off to the side. Alright. Our hamburger here is all done. All nice and done. So we're just going to scoot this off to the side. I'm going to stick our vegetables right on, and we're going to start cooking those until they become softened. It's going to take probably about 4 or 5 minutes. Alright, now while that is over there doing its thing, we're going to take this half a head of cabbage. I'm just going to kind of slice it into about 1/2 inch slices. Getting it ready to put in our soup. We'll probably cut those in half because that's a little large. It's just going to have a lot of flavor. We'll add a little paprika to it, some chicken stock, some garlic powder. And then of course our meat. Then we're going to let that sear cook for a little while. Put that in the stir. And get rid of the core. We don't need that bitterness, and the squirrels will enjoy it. Alright. Looks like it's all of it. Go over here and check on our vegetables. And it looks like they have just a few more minutes to cook. Okay, it's been about 3 or 4 minutes. And what I'm doing now, and as you can, I'm constantly stirring the entire time because I don't want the bottom of it to burn any at all. And you also don't want burnt bottom, and you don't want the top to be all raw. Alright, to that we're going to add our cabbage. Just going to let this wilt. This is a super simple recipe. And that's going to wilt down a lot, so it'll work. We're going to add 1 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Two teaspoons of paprika. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to add our chicken stock, which we're going to use 48 ounces of chicken stock as I pour it all over the stove. Now this soup is going to be nice and hearty. Alright, we're going to add to that our ground beef. Trying to not make sure we get any of the fat. Give that a nice stir. And we're going to bring this to a boil. Alright, depending on what type of bread you use will depend on how much you can eat. This entire baguette is 5 servings, so it's about 4 inches per serving. So we're going to do about right there. I'm going to do mine about the same. Follow directions on the bag of your bread on how to heat it. We're just going to, actually, I want to cut a little bit of that off, but we're going to do these in a nice little diagonal with our serrated knife. Then we're going to stick this in the oven, and it's going to come out almost exactly the same time that the garlic cloves do. Alright, that's good. And I'm really good at butchering bread, so. And this bread will go along with our soup. Alright, stick it in the oven. Our soup is looking delicious and done. Our bread timer just went off. We're going to pull out our bread. And we have timed that, so that way our garlic clove should be done as well. I'm going to go ahead and set those on the same plate. Go grab a plate. Boil up some soup here. This is going to look delicious. I'm going to try not to make it. Get some broth in that. Bowl. Slices of bread. That's actually a lot of bread. Unwrap our garlic clove. Let's got a garlic clove there to dip our bread in. And there we have it. A delicious hamburger and cabbage soup with a roasted garlic, some bread, and it's going to be right around 42, 43 carbohydrates. A delicious meal that's easy to make.